You too. What is good, family? I hope you guys definitely been blessed and drinking your water over these last couple weeks, family. And today's topic of the day, family, we're going to be talking about synchronicities. Now, what is synchronicities, family? Along with what are some signs that we might encounter or experience to know that we're actually going through a synchronicity? And many times, many people have problems or confusion trying to interpret synchronicity. So, what are the meanings of these actual signs once we encounter them or once we spot them, family? In today's topic, we will definitely be finding out a little bit more on synchronicities and the importance of them, family. You guys stay tuned. As we were saying, family, what exactly is a synchronicity? Now, synchronicity, family, is when our higher self establishes a connection with the universe or the divine, family. And with that being said, in these given moments, we are truly in tune spiritually and we begin to channel various types of messages from the universe itself, family. But in these given moments, typically we need to focus our attention. This is why it's important to pay attention to the signs that you get along your spiritual path, because a lot of times these signs are guidance trying to direct us to the destination we need to be, family. And with that being said, some various types of messages that may come across along these synchronistic moments, family, might be something like advice, guidance, taking action. Taking action on something that you might desire or want to go after, family. Or you might even see or experience coincidences. With that being said, family, coincidences being, give an example, you currently are thinking of someone and then in the next given moment they text or call you a minute later. That is a high synchronistic moment, and pretty much a lot of us want to disregard that as coincidence, family. Definitely pay attention to this. And with that being said, anytime we're getting these various message types, family, a lot of times what we want to do is kind of disregard it as not important, or really more so ignore them. Family, don't ignore these key signs or messages that you might be receiving. With that being said, because they definitely can help aid you along your path. Or not even that, they can help you in your life in general, family. So definitely pay attention. And with that being said, family, why is this important? Synchronicities, you can actually use them for a window of opportunity, family. Like I said, you get various message types along these synchronicities or within these synchronicities. And so it's important not to ignore them. And with that being said, if you actually utilize them and interpret them properly, you can help gain an advantage over your life to help guide you and know that you're on the correct path, family. Pay attention to the signs you get in within your reality. But with that being said, family, what is a synchronicity? A synchronicity is when our higher self establishes a connection with the universe, family. Now, with this being said, this is when we're truly engaged with the divine or the universe, family. We begin to channel various types of messages from source itself. And with that being said, typically in these given moments, our attention is very focused. And so this is why it's important to pay attention. Pay attention to the various message types that you might get within these synchronicities, such as maybe you might get advice, you might get guidance, you might be hearing something about taking action towards something, anything that you might desire in that general realm speaking. Or you might be getting coincidences or just seeing them a lot. Give an example. You might be thinking of somebody right now, and then the next given moment they end up texting you or calling you. This is a very high synchronistic moment. With that being said, family, so definitely pay attention. It is something not to ignore. A lot of times whenever we receiving these messages during these synchronicities, we just kind of want to disregard them as not important, or maybe even something that doesn't pertain to the situation at hand. But family, it is definitely important not to ignore any type of synchronicity that you may come across, because of the fact they can all help guide you and direct you along your life, or even just help you with whatever situation that you're dealing with at that given moment, family. And with that being said, family, why is synchronicities important? Because, family, Utilizing synchronicities correctly, you can actually use them as a window of opportunity. If you're using this guidance correctly and you're interpreting, your synchronicities correctly, you can use them to help guide you properly along your path and direct you to where you need to go, family. So definitely don't ignore synchronicities, family. And with that being said, what are some actual signs that we actually might experience to know that we're going through synchronicity or a synchronistic moment, family? One, seeing repeated numbers. Now, what do I mean by repeated numbers, family? Now, a lot of us may have heard of what we call angel numbers, and pretty much this is along the same realms of speaking. Repeated numbers. Repeated numbers like 111, 444, 888, 333, or anything like that, family, would be considered repeated numbers. Or it don't even have to be multiple numbers, family. It can also be individual listed numbers, such as numbers 1 through 9. Now, with that being said, family, if you're seeing any of these numbers repeatedly, it is definitely a clear sign from the universe that it is trying to get your attention. So pay attention. Now, with that being said, family, a lot of these numbers that we're actually witnessing, experiencing, or even noticing, they mean something, family. They all have individual meaning. So definitely pay attention to what's going on in that given moment, or maybe even what you're thinking about before the number appears, or even when a number occurs. And this will help you or guide you at least to understand and interpret exactly what is going on in that given moment, family. Two, seeing animals repeatedly. Now, what do I mean by this, family? I'm not just saying you coming across any random animal and you just constantly keep seeing a random a random ant or a random bee or just whatever insect or whatever, something small that we just see on a daily basis, family. I'm talking about maybe you constantly seeing dogs, or maybe you constantly seeing cats, or maybe you're constantly attracting butterflies to you, or maybe you just keep noticing that insects or bugs are constantly attracted to you. With that being said, family, this is definitely something to pay attention to. When I'm speaking on this, family, I mean something on an unusual circumstance, such as you're just seeing this animal constantly. So with that being said, give an example, family. If you're constantly seeing or come across a dog or a cat or or a butterfly, whatever the case may be, family, recognize the sign and definitely pay attention. Many people don't know that animals actually help guide us along spiritual paths as well. A lot of people don't understand animals, but animals are actually very in tune spiritually and very connected to the divine, family. They already come coded knowing what exactly they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to do it, what they're supposed to eat, etc., etc. And with that being said, family, animals naturally fall along the lines of divine guidance. And so if you ever come across an animal, etc., etc., or it ever come across your path, definitely pay attention, because this animal can be coming with a message, etc., etc. Notice how the animal acts around you, or just any type of actions that it might take. Pay attention, family. 3, having deja vu moments constantly, or just very often. Now, what do I mean by this? We all get deja vu, family. With that being said, we all done went through that before. But having deja vu on a constant, or just, so often in a general sense of a time frame. Now, if you're constantly feeling like that you've experienced something or you went through something already before, family, pay attention. This can be a sign that you're definitely going through a synchronistic moment. With that being said, family, you if you ever feel like that you've went through a situation before, or that it just seems familiar, pay attention to what's going on at that given moment, family, and what you're thinking about again in this given moment, family, because of the fact all these factors can help you to recognize exactly what's going on with this deja vu moment. Why are you having it? What's occurring in that given moment? What is possibly causing these moments? Pay attention. 4, thinking of somebody, like I had mentioned previously whenever I was speaking on the message types, family. thinking of somebody, and then immediately or moments later they call you or text you. And with that being said, family, this is definitely a highly synchronistic moment. Pretty much, this can possibly mean that the person is also thinking of you at that same given moment. Excuse me. At that same given moment. But it's also important to remember, like I said, these two important fundamental points definitely can be used on all of these points, family. Always think on what you're thinking on at that given moment, along with what you may be going through at that given moment, family. Using those two factors will help you to, although they might be simple, they will help you to understand and interpret many of these synchronistic moments that you might be having or going through. 5. Thinking of an old song and then, listening to it. Now, we've all came across a moment, with that being said, family, where we just casually going throughout our day, whatever the case may be, and then we just kind of randomly get an old song or just a song that just randomly pops in our head, and it's like we know it like we just heard it just a moment ago type deal. And it's just, with that being said, family, pay attention. Typically, these moments indicate a meaning. Think about what you're thinking on in that given moment, family, and what is going on at that time, family. And think of, like I said, the song that pops in your head, and use that to kind of interpret, why is this song popping in my head? What is it trying to tell me? Or let alone, what message is it trying to send to me? Keep that in mind, family. Definitely pay attention. 6. Hearing the answer to a question that bothers you, but get this, family, from a stranger. Now, this synchronicity happens, but I believe this one is kind of more so on the rarity of the rest, family. And I say that to say this. This synchronicity also kind of falls along the realms of omens. Now, omens, spiritually, what it means is pretty much it's a sign from the universe or a sign from the divine directly sent to you to indicate or mean something specifically to you. Only you would know what the sign means because it only pertains to you, family. So with that being said, family, like I said, hearing it from a stranger. Now, what I mean by this, family, I don't mean by, okay, you go and talk to somebody or whatever the case may be. You go up to a random stranger and you just kind of, you try to get some guidance or advice from them by, asking them a question that may be on your mind, whatever. That's not what I mean, family. What I mean by this is complete coincidence, I guess you could say, so to speak, or a complete synchronistic moment. You're going about your day, and casually, random strangers or a couple, whoever, walk past or come across your path, and pretty much they're speaking on, or the subject at hand is pertaining to what you're currently going through or a problem you might be facing. And it's like God himself or the divine himself is literally speaking to you through these people. Pay attention to these moments, family, because these moments are literally these moments are very vital to your spiritual path and synchronistic moments. Pretty much these people are literally messengers, so to say. They don't know they're messengers, but they're being used by the divine as messengers to get this information to you, family, to help aid you on your path. So pay attention, family, whenever these moments occur. And lastly, family, this one has to do with dreams. Have you ever had a moment in life or went through something that had to do with a dream maybe you thought that you had the night before? Or maybe even a dream that you didn't just have previously, family? Now, pay attention to this moment, family, because this is a highly synchronistic moment. And pretty much, many people don't understand or even know that a lot of stuff we go through throughout life, and the reason why we have some deja vu moments is because of the fact we done often dreamt it before, family. Now, what exactly does this mean? Pretty much, many times, family, the reason why we, going back to deja vu, the reason why we experience deja vu many times is because of the fact we've dreamt it before. Many people don't understand that we actually dream a portion of the occurrences that actually happen in our life, our actual life, family. So pay attention with this being said, family, because A dream could have been guidance or for foresight, foreseeing to this very moment. And so, if you ever dreamt something before and then find yourself going through a moment where you feel like you this same moment that you're going through has occurred in your dream, family, in that moment it is time for you to think back to the dream that you had, because a lot of times these dreams are trying to tell us something. So think back to what this dream was and what was it trying to tell you, because in that given moment this is what is going to help you in the actual reality of the situation, it occurring within your reality, family. So definitely pay attention to what's going on. What are you thinking at that given moment, and what's happening at that given time, family? Pay attention. And with that being said, family, this is why it is definitely important to pay attention to any type of synchronicities and signs that you may be receiving from the divine itself, family. Do not ignore any type of synchronicity that you may have, because any synchronicity that you may have all have its significant importance to you, your life, and your spiritual path, family. But with that being said, I hope you guys stay blessed. Drink your water. It's your boy DTSL, family, and I am out.